Hey, let's get it. Today, we're going to talk about the things you need to do to pass your road test. So, we got a little hype music going. We're going to feel that energy. All right, let's go ahead and get it. Today, we're going to talk about what you need to do to pass your road test in 2020, the correct behaviors you need to do, the skill sets you need. So, let's go ahead and get it. The first thing you want to do, obviously, is put on your seatbelt, right? You got to be safe, you got to be consistent. That's a mental thing. When you first get in the vehicle, put on that seatbelt. You have to consistently check traffic. And when we're going out checking traffic, we're talking about those behaviors. You automatically want to maintain proper speed at all times. If you're in a school zone, you got to drive appropriately at that speed. If you're in a neighborhood, you got to drive appropriately at that speed. If you're merging on an expressway, you've got to pick up your speed. Speed control is the key to being successful. Let's get into the next element. You want to have a minimum of a 3-second following distance. When you hit a 3-second following distance, you can be safe. You can react to things that are going on. Let's go ahead and hit a little quiz question. When you are driving up to an intersection that has a solid green light, you should come to a complete stop, yield at oncoming traffic, or proceed cautiously through the intersection. The correct answer is proceed cautiously through the intersection. Let's go ahead and keep things moving. Next, let's talk about identifying and understanding traffic controls, right? When there's a yellow light, you want to start reducing your speed. You want to take your time. You want to be patient. You never want to get in a situation where you're going to have to run a yellow light. You want to build good behaviors prior to getting to the road test to have a good positive outcome. And that's the key to your success, having that good positive outcome and making sure drivers understand and the road tester understands that you're going to be consistent. Next, you want to understand different vehicle capabilities, right? You want to share the road with all road users. A large semi-truck needs more room. A smaller mid-sized vehicle needs more room. And it's all about balancing because you need more room. Let's go ahead and talk about curves. You want to reduce your speed prior to going into the curve. Why? Centrifugal force will pull you to the outside of a curve. You want to reduce your speed. You want to be patient, and you want to be consistent. You want to gradually increase your speed at the apex of the curve to carry that momentum outside. Okay, that is very consistent. Let's go ahead and hit another practice question. Why are pavement markings on our road important? They give you information when you're traveling, they add color to the road, or they tell you when you've missed your turn. Pavement markings give you information when you're traveling on the road. Let's go ahead and go to the next part. We're talking about lane changing. You want to signal early, you have to check your mirrors. And then on top of that, you want to check your blind spots. So it's mirror, turn signal, and blind spot. If you're making a lane change to the left, you've got to check your mirror, use your signal, and look over your left shoulder. If you're making a lane change to the right, you got to check your mirror, you got to turn on your blinker, and you have to look over the appropriate shoulder. That is extremely important that you are consistent. Let's talk about checking that blind spot. The blind spot is here and here. You have to look over your shoulder. It's a quick glance. You do not want to jerk the wheel. If you jerk the wheel, you're going to lose control of your vehicle, and that's very scary for the road tester. That's very scary for people in there, okay? Let's continue. You want to gradually move into the nearest lane. If you're making a right turn, the nearest lane is the curb lane. If you're making a left turn, if you're on a single lane, the nearest lane is by the double yellow. Often beginning drivers turn into the wrong lane. You end up in a different lane, so you don't want to cross lanes. Let's go ahead and hit another question. All right, here we go. Which traffic signal means you should proceed cautiously? Is it a blinking green? Is it a blinking yellow? or is it a blinking red light? It is a blinking yellow light. Proceed with caution. You want to look before you get to an intersection. You want to look just before you get in the intersection. Eye movement is extremely important. And a lot of beginning drivers do not have good eye movement. So that is the key to success. Let's continue. Let's talk about maintaining proper speed. When you're merging or making a lane change, a lot of beginning drivers tend to put their foot on the brake, you lose speed. If the speed limit is 55, you're going to have to maintain your speed. You look for a gap and you accelerate into the gap. That is extremely important. Let's identify merging on the expressway. You want to accelerate at the appropriate speed on that ramp, anywhere from 45 to 55 miles an hour. Halfway down the ramp, you want to turn on that turn signal. You want to look over your shoulder. You want to accelerate, get up to speed efficiently and quickly. Extremely important. You want to identify the proper gap. A good gap gives you room and space. Let's go ahead and hit that last question. Okay, last question. When you see a yellow line or yellow lines in the center of the road, it means A, it's illegal to pass, all traffic is moving in the same direction, or traffic is moving in two different directions. Traffic is moving in two different directions. I want to thank you for allowing me to give you this content, give you good information. I'm a state certified instructor. If you found this gives you value, subscribe to my channel, leave some comments. I do appreciate it. Have a great day.